I've worked all of my life to live in Italy. We found this place, and now this is our place, and it means everything to me. I love that Tuscan food, it's about basic ingredients and the quality of them. It can take a long time. There's braised meats, there's slow-cooked ragouts and sauces and things. Well, we're doing kind of mystery pantry.
Mystery trays.
With a special guest, Sara Moulton.
Oh, these are wonderfully crispy. Yay!
Na, 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 na.
I made a lifetime supply.
I'm eating eggplant without you.
Yes, this is true.
Boom! Food is a conduit. We make food to take us away to places we've never been and dream about going to. You just need your imagination and a couple of bucks, and you have a ticket to anywhere. So come on over. I love this place. I hope you do too. I am with my friend, the one and only, most fabulous Sara Moulton. I was awestruck the first time I saw Sara, and she gave me the first advice ever for being on camera. 5 cameras, never knew where to look, never knew what to do. And she said, smile all the time for no apparent reason.
Because then nothing else matters. Really.
And we're doing this goofy thing, a spin-off of her work. You know where people used to call in and ask for advice, and then she'd just go kind of whip up something out of nowhere? Well, we're doing kind of mystery pantry.
Mystery trays.
Yes, mystery trays. We can fill them with whatever we want.
Right.
Do you have a roadmap for today? Do you have a thought about what direction you want to go?
I'm going to stay Italian, or what I think is Italian. You know better than I do, which is some sort of fried vegetables, meaning battered and fried.
I'm going to make something simple. My sister's probably her favorite thing is French onion soup, so I might just do something with a ton of onion. So I don't know where I'm going, but we'll figure it out as we go. Shall we?
So, let me see. I think I'm going to do a dipping sauce too. But do you have prepared mayonnaise? Because we don't have.
I do. So let's go to the back pantry. Here you go.
Here we go.
There you go. There's your first ingredient.
And then, okay, so now what vegetable should I do?
Dude, you have everything. Like, what do you want?
You know what's really yummy is broccoli or cauliflower, and I see cauliflower.
Oh, here you go.
And then, let me see what else. Oh, zucchini, of course.
Oh, there was some in the fridge.
Yes, okay.
We saw that the other day. Yeah. There we go.
And we're gonna obviously need vegetable oil for all of this.
It's in the other room. We have a ton.
I think that's good, too.
2.
Okay, here's another question. How do you feel about mushrooms?
I
Or do
feel
you
great.
eat 'em?
Maria hates them.
Oh, so what does Maria like besides these?
Maria eats eggplants. She eats zucchini. She eats anything but mushrooms when it comes to the vegetable world.
Should we do eggplant too then?
Sure.
You said yesterday it's one of your favorite things.
Well, it's definitely her favorite thing.
Yeah. You know, now I'm carrying the tray. Can you grab me an egg?
Of course.
Okay, here we go. All right. All right, so I think, and then I'm gonna need garlic and basil, and I know that's out there.
Garlic's out there. Basil's out there. Onions are out there. Like, a lot of things are out there.
Oh, I'm gonna need beer, flour. I know the flour.
Oh, beer. Here, we should get.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Italian beer. I love it.
Yes, of course. All right, so for
what do you
Maria, I'm gonna go with onion pasta. Maria loves onions. She loves onion soup. So we'll make a pasta for Maria. So, whatever. I'm just gonna bring out this and then I'll build it out there. I'm very excited for this. Oh my God! Beer battered vegetables with a special dipping sauce with a special guest of the living kitchen. Take it away, my darling.
All righty. Well, this is an Italian fried vegetable with dipping sauce. And I'm so excited.
And with Italian beer.
I love it. Who knew? I didn't know. I'm actually not a beer drinker, but it's so perfect in this. Okay, so we've already picked our vegetables: eggplant, cauliflower, zucchini. And this is for your sister, of course, to make sure.
Maria will love this, I'm
Yes,
sure.
yes. And then I'm going to make this basil dipping sauce. I'm sorry, I just love basil, and you have it right here.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
We have it all over the place.
So I'm going to start it's sort of a aioli, which, as we both know, is a garlic mayonnaise. I'm going to start by mincing the garlic. And then we're going to add it to, I know I could just throw it into the food. We're going to use a food processor, right? Because the thing is, you don't ever want to bruise a green vegetable, except in this case. Here we want to pulverize the bejesus out of it. And we will end up, hopefully, if all goes well, with a green sauce. If we don't, it's what it is. Never apologize, never explain.
Like Julia Child always
Right,
said, only
right.
you know what happens in your kitchen.
Right. Any rate, yes. So I bet you never apologize.
I don't think so.
No, me.
You can always come up with a solution.
Well, this is true, and I know that, but I still apologize, even though I have that phrase from Julia Child on my refrigerator.
Oh, that's
so that I don't forget it. But then every time
But then you still end up doing it.
I do.
I know.
At any rate, I'll make about a cup. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
I mean, it's just really dipping. It's pretty good straight up. Actually, I made it recently for the husband, and just as an off-season fun thing. Okay, let's see. One more, and then we'll call it a day. And I made him some actually whole mushrooms, and he was pretty skeptical. He loves mushrooms, but he didn't know how they work here.
Right.
They were really good. He said,
Oh,
I don't know
good.
how they were crispy and moist at the same time. I was like, I do, but that's okay. So there we go. All right.
That's all you need.
Okay, and I'm going to zest. My favorite ingredient, one of my favorite ingredients right now, is lemon zest. Any zest from any citrus. And actually, this more needs the juice than the zest, but I like the zest too. Do you have an it ingredient? You know, you cook internationally all the time.
Lemon is an it ingredient.
It is for me too. And
ginger, garlic, scallion. I have a lot of it ingredients.
All right. So all of these store-bought mayonnaises, you say you make your own, and God bless you. I do too sometimes, but we don't go through it fast enough because it doesn't have all the
Exactly.
things that make it last forever.
Stabilizers.
But
right.
at any rate, all the store-bought mayonnaises need lemon because they're just too sweet. Okay, so now the basil. We're going to pulverize the bejesus out of it.
Move your tush. I got to grab a knife.
Okay, and you could use any herb you want. Parsley would be fine. I'm not as big a fan of parsley, but whatever you like. I don't know. Food processors are my. Oh, there we go. Okay, my goodness, I'm so technological. All right, it's not green enough. Okay, can I taste it with my impeccably clean finger? Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay.
It's my house, my rules. I'll give you a spoon if you want one.
No, it's fine.
Okay, that's a good place for a break. See you right back here in a couple.
All right, should I start my beer batter while you do that?
Heck yeah.
Okay, there we go. Okay, that looks good. All right, so there we have sauce. Now, what are you making over there?
I'm just slicing up a million red onions. I find it a really good tip to always keep your basics. I consider the fridge part of the pantry too, and my freezer. So I always have peeled onions, shallots, garlic, white onions, yellow onions, red onions, carrots, celery. I keep the basic mise en place of our lives in the fridge at all times. When they get low, we buy a ton more and then peel it up and throw it in there. But it's always in there ready to go. I find that in general, you cook more if you have to prep less. So the more you prep ahead, the more often you will cook.
All right, should I start my beer batter while you do that?
Heck yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to start with about 3/4 cup of chilled beer. If you don't want to use beer, but why wouldn't you want to use beer? You can use anything bubbly, club soda, seltzer, anything. And we're looking for a batter that's like a thick pancake batter, so I'm just going to add it till it looks right. Actually, I usually cut the vegetables before I do this, but it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
No one's pressuring you.
Nope. I just mean that you want it to really have its nice oomph. But that's okay. It's not going to take me too long to cut the vegetables. When we used to make this at this fancy restaurant I worked at, it was a French restaurant. We served fried zucchini in a little basket. We would always let it rest to let the gluten relax. But now actually I'm going to put a little more of this in it. But actually the logic now is to make sure the bubbles are still bubbling. There we go. Okay, that looks good.
So guys, if I was making this just for my husband or people that I know actually enjoy the flavor of pork, I would start with the pork and put way more, like this much more. My sister just tolerates a tiny little bit in the background, so I add it a little later as the onions are cooking down and just give a hint of flavor to the pan, a natural fat, and a little bit of salt to kind of bring the dish to life. But this is the Maria version. You guys don't have to do this version. This is the chill it out and very light on the pork thing.
When we did the zucchini, so I'm going to start with the zucchini. This is at this restaurant I worked at, La Tulipe. The chef owner insisted that every piece of zucchini have some green on it. So the innards sort of got lost by the wayside. We won't lose too much.
Over here, red vermouth. All that is fortified wine. So wine with spirits. And this is red, and this will make this agrodolce. It'll make it kind of sweet and sour with the onions. And I'm gonna put in a little juniper berry.
That's the gin berry, right? Mm-hmm. That's what you make gin out of.
But I also put it in ossobuco, cingale sauce. I use it in a lot of things. I love juniper. It's a very nice flavor.
I should use more of it too.
I always use bay with a lot of onion. And my husband loves alla matriciana, which my mother always called pasta America. It's onion, pancetta, or guanciale sauce with tomato. So I'm gonna add a touch of tomato paste to this too, I think. A little tomato paste or sun-dried tomato paste.
Oh, sun-dried tomato paste.
Yeah.
Nice.
A little extra agrodolce, sweet and tart kind of thing going on.
Love it. Okay, but we don't want the extra flour on there. Just as glue. I think I'll start with this.
We'll continue on when we come back.
The bubbles have to come up really fast. No, you don't do that.
Don't you love the bubble trick?
Okay, so the trick is the bubbles have to come up really fast. If you put it in and they're like, not happening. See, it's not quite hot enough. I want 365. And if you put it in and they're like, the second it gets there, it's too hot and you need to turn it down. So most, like this is sunflower oil. I think its smoke point is above 400. But every time you take an oil above its smoke point, it breaks down. Right. So the next time its smoke point is lower than the last time. But this is pretty good because the bubbles are coming up really.
It's almost there.
It's almost there. They didn't come up quite fast enough. But I highly recommend that. No, you don't do that.
Don't you love the bubble trick?
Okay, so now I think it's looking good. It's like at 365. And there we go. And don't, leave it up here and drop it in or you'll be having hot fat all over you. You don't want to put too much in at once. You have to stand here, unlike my brother who went and ate an oyster and had another sip of champagne. Now we're going to drain these when they're ready, when they're nice and brown. Takes about 5-6 minutes. pretty good, don't you think?
Oh, it looks gorgeous.
And it's going back in. I think I'll only salt it the second time round.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Because
Yep.
salt breaks down the oil also.
Exactly.
You want to keep the oil doing its best job. Do you ever reuse the oil when you fry?
Nope, I don't. I use the hard oil and then bye-bye.
Yeah, I agree.
Because we don't eat a ton of fried food.
Yeah.
That's why.
I'm excited for the eggplant. I haven't done eggplant this way before.
These guys are close.
Yeah, okay, here I come. That is so beautiful, that
Isn't
pasta.
that pretty?
Yeah.
You
and-
know, I get this from, every year I pick the ingredients for our Christmas boxes. And I get them from my friend Vince in St. Louis, who has a great import company from Italy called D'Italia.
Ah,
Anyway, this is one of those products,
well, it's beautiful.
and it's stained with red onion, so kind of works for red onion sauce. You must be extremely excited.
Yes.
You have to send your family a picture and say, na 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 na.
I made a lifetime
I'm
supply.
eating eggplant without you.
Yes, this is true. One of the best eggplants dishes I ever had was also deep fried, cooked by a Chinese woman named cookbook author Eileen Yinfei Lo.
Oh, yeah.
And killer, there was pine nuts in there and some sort of sweet sauce she tossed on it. Afterwards, oh, got to turn this back on. I turned it down because it was too high. You got to be vigilant when you're doing this. Do not go drink champagne and eat oysters.
No, that's always a good idea. I disagree with that.
Well, yeah, but not when you're tending the fat. Any rate, it's hers. I think are just coated. They're little cubes of eggplant. It's in my first cookbook, and they're just coated in cornstarch and deep fried. But they become almost like ice cream. They're so creamy after they're cooked. The little cubes, yeah, really good.
And when we come back, we'll pull this whole beautiful meal together. So it's like a wild riff on alla amatriciana. That's terrific. All right, guys, so when we drain any dried pasta, the most important thing is the marriage of the pasta and the sauce. In this case, it's just, booze-soaked red onions for my sister with the bay leaf and the tomato paste and the garlic. And all we're going to do now is save some of that starchy cooking water. It's our magic ingredient to marry everybody. Choo, choo, choo. You don't have to make the noises, but it's kind of fun.
Oh, it's much more fun.
Yeah, it's much more fun. And make sure you turn the stove off before you pull the pot off the stove. Because let me tell you, my sister and I have both set the gloves on fire.
Oh, dear.
Near the stove.
Oh, dear.
So that's not good.
No. So you worked as a short order cook, didn't you?
I did. I ran the line. I was a dishwasher. I was a fountain girl. I was a waitress. I was a hostess. It was everything you could be in a restaurant.
And did you like any of it?
I loved all of it. Why do you think I'm still cooking?
Well, you're cooking in a much more manageable way. That's for sure.
Yeah, I get to cook in Tuscany now. But yes, I have always worked around the clock. I enjoy work more than anything. Just the idea of work excites me, and I can't sleep at night.
Well, good for you. I can say the one thing, sometimes I'm not as excited when I have a ton of work, but the one thing I still love is to eat. So I'm always thinking about the next meal. Always.
Oh my God.
When I'm
John
having
wakes
breakfast,
up-
I'm thinking about lunch. When I'm having
Honey,
lunch,
what are we doing tonight? That looks stunning.
yes, I think I'm going to call it a day because
Yeah, that's a lot.
that's a lot. I think we'll
Maybe
feed the
you want to
troops.
serve some lemon wedges with it?
I love that idea. Okay, so is it time for me to refry and salt these guys?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'll just finish the guys I have. I've made a horrible mess. It's hard not to.
I love a messy kitchen.
All right, one more round
Okay,
and then,
so
and then I'm
this
ready.
is the red onion pasta with red onion sauce and sweet vermouth and juniper berries and bay leaf. And Sarah is building this gorgeous
Tower of fried food.
Right, fritti misi, but it's all vegetables. It's not seafood, so that's terrific.
Oil is off. Check, check. Not burning down this beautiful house.
Well, this one's made of brick. It's like the three little pigs.
It would be hard. It would be hard.
It would be hard.
I'm sure you planned it that way.
Yes, honey.
Let me do this.
Well, this is just gorgeous.
I hope I did salt it enough. We both
It's
know
gorgeous.
how
It's
important
gorgeous.
it is.
It's just gorgeous.
All right.
A bit more lemon on the other side of that platter
Thank
for
you.
you.
Oh, these are wonderfully crispy. Yay!
They're gorgeous.
The trouble is we have to eat this soon.
Guys, it's on you.